gentlemen, let us have the national anthem. Your Excellency, sir, I want to invite Bishop Joseph Mongela of the Catholic Diocese of Kitui to open with a word of prayer, followed by Imam Jeffa.
Let us pray in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. God our Father, we thank you for this gathering. We thank you for a beautiful county. We thank you for the gift of rains, the gift of health, and all the benefits that come from you. You have created us in your image and likeness to serve you, to love one another, and to work hard to make the world better. You have given us this earth, our Mother Earth, to care for it, to be good stewards. As we live here on earth, make it a better place for ourselves and for future generations. So in the conservation of water, may you conserve our water towers, may you conserve our rivers, and use the gifts you have given us faithfully for our benefit and the benefit of all people. Bless us and bless our work. Bless us with peace. Bless our leaders, that they may be devoted to serve your people. May they show your image and your power in serving others. We have to bless our whole country, bless each one of us, and we ask all this through Christ our Lord. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin, wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah. Kwa jina la Mwenyezi Mungu, Mungu wa rehema, mwenye kurehemu. Tunamshukuru Mola ambaye kwamba ametuamsha siku hii ya leo salama, tukaweza kujumuika katika makao ya gavana wetu kwa ajili ya mswada ambao kwamba mbele yetu tekelezwe, na hii ni kupitia makubaliano ya bunge letu na vile vile executive. Tunamwomba Mola haya maelewano inshallah yazidi kudumu kwa ajili ya faida ya mwananchi. Mola, tunakuomba kwa ajili ya kaunti hii yetu ya Kitui, utupatie amani na vile vile utupatie maelewano na baraka na maendeleo patikane kwa ajili ya faida ya mwananchi. Viongozi ambao kwamba wako mbele yetu, tunakuomba Mola uweze kuwashika mkono, uongoze, na vile vile wapatie hikma na busara waweze kutekeleza majukumu yao kwa njia ambayo kwamba ni ya kuridhisha, na vile vile njia ambayo kwamba ni ya sawa. Mola, tunakushukuru kwa mvua ambayo kwamba tumeona hivi karibuni, hizo ni baraka zetu. Vile vile tunaomba Mola wale ambao kwamba ni wagonjwa wako hospitalini uweze kuponya maradhi yao. Kula mwenye matatizo, Mwenyezi Mungu tunakuomba umondolee matatizo yake. Tumwombea gavana wetu Bwana Julius Makao Malombe, vile vile na speaker Mr. Kinengo, na wale wengine ambao kwamba ni viongozi waweze kutekeleza majukumu yao wakijua kwamba wao ni watumishi na mwananchi ndiye ambaye kwamba anahitaji huduma zao. Tunakuomba Mola shughuli kama hii ikianza ianze kwa uzuri na iweze kukamilika kwa uzuri. Amin. Walhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin.
We may be seated. Thank you very much. Your Excellency Dr. Julius Makao Malombe, Governor Kitui County, our Deputy Governor, His Excellency Augustine Kanani, Speaker of the County Assembly, Honorable Kevin Kinengo, members of County Assembly, representative of the County Commissioner, Madam Rono, county ministers led by Richard Mwendandu, county secretary Madam Agnes Mulewa, county public service board led by the chairperson Dr. Florence Makindi, chief officers, and today Enringilo being man of the day, county advisors, national government officials, especially NEMA and NDMA, the clergy led by our bishops here, members of for the state, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Assenting of Kitui County River Basin's Sand Utilization and Conservation Bill, and thank you for being here. Sote kwa pamoja tujikaribishe na makofi. Your Excellency, I want to introduce a number of people here, or rather organizations here, and of course I want to begin with members of clergy. Watasimama na wakusalimie members of clergy. Tusalimie His Excellency the Governor and all of us. Asanteni, tuwakaribishe na makofi tafadhali, ni vizuri tuwakaribishe na makofi. Thank you very much. NEMA, we want to recognize the representative of NEMA. Tumkaribishe na makofi tafadhali. We also do have NDMA with us today. NDMA, the representative of NDMA and the team. Tumkaribishe na makofi. Thank you very much, sir. We also have Kefri with us. Kefri, tumkaribishe na makofi. Thank you very much for being here with us. We also have a Chamber of Commerce, Kitui branch. Tukaribishe Mr. Munyoki, who is the leader of Chamber of Commerce, maendeleo ya wanawake. Tumkaribishe na makofi Madam Ruth. Asanti sana. Kitui Youth Network, tumkaribishe na makofi huko nyuma kabisa. Thank you very much. We also have a representative of disability teams. Tuwakaribishe na makofi. Thank you very much for being here with us. We do also have a representative of NAT. Tumkaribishe Bwana Ndingo na makofi. Asanti. We also have leaders led by Musyoka Mayu, all elected leaders and leaders who have ever been elected. Tafadhali, if you are here, tuwakaribishe na makofi, and thank you for joining us. We also do have Kenya Forest Services rep. Asanti pale kwa jukwaa. Thank you. Karibu sana. We also have a representative of Plant Your Age Green Africa. Karibu sana. Tumkaribisha na makofi. Thank you. We also have sand harvesters with us here today. Where are you, sand harvesters? The representative of sand harvesters. Asanti sana. We also do have Juakali team. Kitui Juakali, they are also here with us. Asanti, karibu. We also do have a representative of ward development committees. Wale wali manage kuwa nasi tafadhali, if you are here, tumkaribishe na makofi, the representative. And we also have partners like Kitui Development Center. Asanti, tuwakaribishe tena na makofi. Your Excellency, I want now to switch to the dais. Na naomba kwanza nimtambue our County Secretary Madam Agnes Mulewa tafadhali. Atusalimie, tumkaribisha na makofi. Ni vizuri kupiga makofi. Asanti. We also do have his deputy, Mr. Alex Kemanzi. Tumkaribisha na makofi. Thank you very much. We also have our chairperson, County Public Service Board, Dr. Florence. Tumkaribisha na makofi. And your team, County Public Service Board, all of you, please stand with your chairperson. Tuwakaribishe vile vile na makofi. Asanti. We do also have our chief officers with us. Chief officers, tafadhali tusimame so that His Excellency can see the number of us who have come. Tuwakaribishe na makofi. Asanti. We also do have our advisors, especially advisor Grace, who is she's in charge of climate change. Tuwakaribishe vile vile advisors wetu. Asanteni sana. We do also have our task force led by the chairperson, Madam Musili, Esther Musili. Tuwakaribishe na makofi. The task force ndio hao wameketi huko. Tafadhali tuwakaribishe na makofi. Thank you very much. Your Excellency, they will be recognized from the County Assembly, but ni vizuri na mapema uweze kujua wale waheshimiwa ambao tayari wameungana na wewe. Kwa hivyo, kwa ruhusa ya speaker, tafadhali itaomba members of the County Assembly of Kitui, our honorable members, please, you also stand up so that we may recognize you and appreciate you. Jamani, tuongezee makofi, wamekuja kwa wingi. Thank you very much for joining us. And lastly, we do also have a special people from the County Assembly, led by the Deputy Clerk, Madam Lucy Waima, and your team, please. We also want to recognize you and appreciate you. Thank you very much. Ministers will be recognized in the next level of the program, and I want to invite the minister in charge of the Ministry of Energy, Environment, Climate Change, Forestry, Natural and Mineral Resources, Waziri Richard Mwendandu to take over the program. Tafadhali naomba kwa heshima vile vile tuweze kumkaribisha na makofi. Asante sana. Tumuongezee makofi zaidi waziri, amefanya kazi mzuri. Karibu waziri.
Your Excellency, the Governor, Dr. Julius Makao Malombe, Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor, Augustine Wambua, Honorable Speaker of the County Assembly of Kitui, the representative of the County Commissioner, Honorable members of the County Assembly of Kitui, County Executive Committee members, CEOs, County Advisor, National Government officials present, representatives of our development partners present, the clergy, distinguished guests, good morning. Amujambo. Amujambo tena. Okay. Mine first, Your Excellency, is to welcome all the invited guests and our partners who have joined us today, this morning, and also take special note that I wish to introduce the County Executive Committee members present. If I ask you kindly to be upstanding. And yes, I would ask each one of them to introduce himself briefly.
Your Excellency, and all protocols observed in the interest of time. Good morning. I'm Engineer Ruben Itiko, Minister for Roads, Public Works, and Transport.
Through Your Excellency, all protocols observed. My name is Rose Butuku, County Minister in charge of Trade, Industry, MSMEs, Innovation, and Cooperatives. Have a good day. Thank you.
Your Excellency, sir, all protocols observed. My name is Peter Kilonzo. I am the CC in charge of Finance, Economic Planning, and Revenue Management. Karibuni sana.
Your Excellency, and all protocols observed. My name is Joyce Titus, the County Minister for Education, Training, and Skills Development. Thank you for being here.
Your Excellency, and all the protocol observed. My name is Dr. Stephen Mbaye Kimwele. I'm the County Minister responsible for Agriculture and Livestock. Good morning.
Your Excellency, and to all the guests invited, my name is Ruth Koki. I'm the County Minister for Health and Sanitation. Good morning.
Your Excellency, all protocols observed. My name is Peter Itonga, the County Minister for Water and Irrigation. Karibuni sana.
Thank you. Your Excellency, also through the Honorable Speaker, I would like to introduce the chairs of the committees which we worked together through this process. And I want to start first with the Delegated County Legislation Chair, Cornelius Kiteme, please. I think we give him a clap. Let him say a word or two.
Thank you, Waziri. Your Excellency, sir, Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor, Speaker of the County Assembly, ministers and CEOs present, all invited guests, and all protocols observed. Good morning. My name, as mentioned by Waziri, is Cornelius Kiteme Mudhami. I'm member of County Assembly elected from Moi. I also double as the chair of the County Delegated Committee. Your Excellency, sir, I would like to first thank your office and all the officers working under you, through the minister, the chief officer, whom we worked very tirelessly and with a lot of dedication, you know, through very turbulent times. I dare mention that the journey was not very smooth, but we managed to get where we are through your support, and also the unsung hero in all this, the Speaker of the County Assembly of Kitui. He showed exemplary leadership despite all the interests and the challenges that were on the way. And Your Excellency, sir, when finally the history is written, through your leadership, the leadership of the Speaker, committee, and all players, the task force, and all players who played a part one way or another in making this legislation. When finally history is written, we will stand tall, because what we have done is for this and the next generation within this county. So I thank all of you and feel proud to be part of what is happening today. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Honorable Cornelius. Again, I wish to invite the chair to the Environment, Energy and Mineral Resource Investment Development of the county, Honorable Daniel Mwange.
Yeah, Excellencies, the Governor and the Deputy Governor, Honorable Speaker, members of County Assembly, county ministers and CEOs, and all protocols observed. My name is Kimansi Mwange, and I do say that I'm elected by the great and resilient people of Sekuru Ward in Mwingi North. We are here, Your Excellency, to make history. And even if I don't get another chance to make my remarks, I want to state from the very outset that I am happy to be part of this history. Your Excellency, while you were in Mombasa the other day, you said, and it is true, that this bill that you're going to assent today to make it law is the most important in our lives. It is going to take care of our climate change, taking care of our food security, our water, and our everything around us. So if we make it, of course, it's already law, but the governor must assent, should assent to it so that our livelihoods can be taken care of. Thank you so much. It was really turbulent, like my colleague rightly said, a lot of interference from cartels and other interested parties, but finally we are here to make history for this county and for the country, Kenya. Thank you so much. God bless you, and let us have a lovely day.
Thank you. I think I'll ask you to give him an extra clap. Thank you, Honorable Mwange. Your Excellency, allow me also again just to request the two CEOs who are working us in the ministry just to be upstanding and just to wave to the crowd. So, thank you. Your Excellency, if you'll allow me, I'll just make a brief statement also on this day which we are here to witness. The journey started last year, of course, but what I want to say, Your Excellency, is that, and members, that natural capital is the inheritance which any society can get from nature. And when we say natural capital, it is in various types. Today we are talking of sand, which is our natural capital in this county. The wise utilization and management of natural capital by any society creates wealth. However, I have to point out that when a society does not put a framework of utilizing their natural capital, many times the results are very disastrous, whether at a country level or at a district level or county level or even at regional level. We all are witness that our sand business has not been very clean. So personally, I'm very happy, touched that as a society, as a county and as a government, under the leadership of His Excellency, Dr. Julius Malombe, we are putting frameworks, and today we are putting a framework to bring together how to manage our natural capital, starting with the sand, for wealth creation and for equity. When you have put together fair and good laws, when you have put together legislation then it also takes recognition of inclusivity and capacity building. You cannot lead a society to appreciate their natural capital unless you also support them in capacity building. Because once you build capacity, they know that is their wealth, and they own it and they want to protect it. Having said that, I believe today, I'm not preempting what is happening. Once His Excellency has said to this bill, it becomes law. And I know that's where the journey begins, to put in together that law into wealth creation. Thank you. Allow me now, Your Excellency, and it is my singular honor to invite the Honorable Speaker, I'm corrected and rightfully, I want to recognize the representatives of the County Commissioner, and maybe you can stand and say a word, Madam.
Excellency, the Governor of Kitui, Honorable Dr. Julius Malombe, our Deputy Governor, the County Assembly Speaker, the CACs who are here present, the MCAs, our County Secretary, and all protocols of serve. Good morning. Good morning again. So I'm Dorcas Rono, the DCC Kitui, standing in for the County Commissioner, who is today is in with the CS Mwingi because of other official duty. I would like to say we are privileged this morning to join this event, which is a remarkable a big milestone because of the issue of sand, which is a natural resource in Kitui, and which is also very important. We know, all of us, we know the importance of sand, and all the time there has been a concern, especially on the harvest of the sand, because of the degradation of our rivers and so forth. So as the national government, we are very happy because of this law, which will come into effect. And I know by our Excellency Governor sending it to law, will be able to control and manage the sand harvesting, which has brought a lot of problems maybe in the past. But now going forward, we are just maybe urge that then the law be put into full force, or should be enforced to the letter, so that we can see the benefits. Also, I would like at this juncture also to call upon the sand transporters. There has been a concern because of our roads. When we overload those trucks of ferrying the sand, we are out our roads, which has been constructed using a lot of money. So the lifespan of those roads, they are short-lived. And all of us, we know that it really costs a lot of money, taxpayers. So kindly let's follow the regulations and ensure that we carry what is required. Otherwise, we are here all together. I just want to assure the county government that we are there to work this journey together to ensure that our resources are reserved for this generation and the generations to come. So thank you so much. God bless you.
Thank you. I think one good thing which I would say is the national government is very clear and very focused that we have to walk this journey together. And we really welcome that invitation and those comments. Now it is my honor to invite the Honorable Speaker of the Assembly to come and make his remarks, and also invite His Excellency Deputy Governor who will make his remarks, and invite His Excellency Governor. Yes.
Thank you very much, Waziri, Your Excellency, the Governor, the Deputy Governor, honorable members of the County Assembly, led by the Deputy Speaker, the majority and the minority, the CCMs, the CEOs present, the clergy, led by Bishop Mongela, members of the task force, and all of us. Good morning. Good morning once again. Thank you. Before I proceed, please, Your Excellency the Governor, allow me to allow 3 of our members to say something. We will share the less than 10 minutes, which I will use. They will share that time with me. But before I do that, I request the chair for delegated legislation to come here and recognize the members of that committee, and also the chair for environment to also come here and recognize the members of that committee. And then I will allow the minority leader and the majority leader and the deputy speaker each 1 minute to say a word. So, chair, delegated, please introduce your members, committee members.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. May all the committee members for Committee on Delegated Legislation, colleagues, waheshimiwa, simameni, we want to recognize and have you introduce yourself in a minute.
Your Excellency is present and all protocols observed. My name is Daniel Ngoima Kimanzi. I represent Kitui Township Ward, and I'm a member to the delegated legislation. Thank you.
My name is Samim Sliwanyithia, MCA for Kivu Ward. In this, I was acting chair and delegated. Thank you.
My name is Boniface Chalo Kimli, representing Kansiko people and a member of delegated committee. Thank you.
Dr. Mbuno Erastus, and Manalani Ward. Thank you.
Nzapu Mwanzia, MCA Bikini Ward.
Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you, Chair. Chair Environment.
Thank you, members of my committee. I call it mine. Please be upstanding wherever you are. Yeah, even though this man is a member, thank you so much. My apologies for not introducing in the first instance. Your Excellency, this is the team that made it happen. It was not a single person's show. Your name?
Cornelius Mudami, MCA Moi, member, Environment Committee.
Your Excellency, my name is Honorable Jeremiah Mutua. I represent the Guni Ward, a member to the Committee on Environment, Energy and Natural Resources, and also serving as the Deputy Minority Leader in the County Assembly of Kitui. I'm happy to be part of this new baby that we are going to make today. Thank you.
Your Excellency, my name is Honorable Dominic Mamisi, member of County Assembly of Mother Ward, and a member to the Committee on Environment. I'm also very happy to be part of this team, and the law that Your Excellency you are going to accent to is going to, it is for this community and for posterity of the great people of Kitui. Thank you.
Your Excellency and all the protocols observed, I'm Rose Kasioka Kadhoka, nominated MCA from Komeni Ward. I am the Vice Chair for Environment.
Your Excellencies, Speaker, Neta Wambenadi wa Sela za kuetokuwa mwengi and a member wa committee. Thank you.
Your Excellency, my name is David Mansaku Munyo, MCA Mutomoki Ward, Member Environment Committee. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for the chance. Your Excellency, I don't brag. I'm not bragging now, but I can tell you for sure, I have never lacked quorum even a single day of my meeting. Thank you, members, and God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Your Excellency, I also don't want to brag, but Honorable Mwange is a very good MCA, my own MCA from Sekuru Ward. Allow me, Your Excellency, to give the minority leader 1 minute to make a remark, and also the majority and the deputy speaker, then I proceed.
Thank you.
Please.
Thank you. I don't take long, especially speaking on your boss is standing. Your Excellency, the Governor, Dr. Julius Malombe, Deputy Governor, members of the County Executive, my boss, Honorable Kinengo, members of the County Assembly, Jambo tena. Let me take my minute by just making these very few remarks. Indeed, Your Excellency, the Governor, this has been a product of very wide consultations between the Executive, the Assembly, and members of the public in Kitui County. And that's why we are all proud to be here to witness this very special occasion of the Governor assenting to this bill to become law. For the benefit of the doubters, we are not here to compromise. We are here to collaborate, because as the Executive and the Assembly, we must work together for the benefit of the people of Kitui County. Your Excellency, there has been a lot of challenges to us as members of the County Assembly when we meet members of the public in this great county. Every time we ask questions, what are you doing about sand harvesting? But Your Excellency, the answer is there today. You can only oversight on a certain basis. The basis to oversight sand harvesting and sand trade in Kitui begins today when Your Excellency, you are sent to this bill to become law. So as we collaborate, kindly allow us also to oversight and make sure this works. It's also a very good occasion as we are doing our county fiscal strategy paper, Your Excellency, because we also want to see what amount of revenue your government is factoring in our own source revenue from this sand business. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Minority Leader, Honorable Alex Nganga. Majority Leader, Honorable Harrison Maluki. 1 minute, please.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Your Excellencies, the Governor, the Deputy Governor, our Speaker, all protocols observed. My name is Honorable Harrison Maluki, elected by the great people of Migwani. As you have said, Honorable Speaker, I'll only take 1 minute. Your Excellency, as my colleagues have said, this has not been a smooth journey for us when we were working on this bill. I will reiterate on what Honorable Nganga said. The success of this bill and policy has been because of consultation between the Assembly and the Executive. And I stand here today, Honorable our Speaker, and also Excellency the Governor, as I have also been requesting the other times. Whenever we have any issue between the Assembly and the Executive, let us sit down, reason together, agree to disagree, and at the end of the day, we do what is best for our people. And that actually has enabled us to have this bill this day. Honorable Speaker, Your Excellency, it reached a time when we were debating this bill. I looked in the Assembly. We were almost losing quorum, but because we actually, members sacrificed and we took a lot of time to deliberate on this bill so that we have the best for the great people of Kitui. I want to appreciate all the members who were very resilient, and lastly, we have managed to pass this bill. And I request you, because I know there is more ahead of us, let us be united, let us collaborate and do the same as we have done on this bill. I appreciate all of us, the team which started, which is the team which Governor you formed from the Executive, which brought this bill to us, and we took up the matter, and finally we have executed it. So the people of Kitui today, they are very proud of us, you, Excellency the Governor and your team, and also the County Assembly of Kitui. Let us continue working together for the benefit of the people who elected us. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Madam Leader. Deputy Speaker, please. 1 minute as well. Yesterday, when we were approving this bill, Deputy Speaker chaired one of the longest committee of the whole county assembly. But I liked how he was enjoying the chairing. There were almost 43 amendments, courtesy of the consultation. And the session was more than 3 hours. That was the longest. So, Deputy Speaker, asante sana for your service, and you may make your remarks.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. And indeed, it was the longest sitting. All protocol observed, members, and all people present. I want to say that we have come up with an excellent document. It doesn't matter the time that has spent to come up with this, to the process which has taken the bill to be approved by the Assembly, and now it's about to be assented, because we had to balance many interests. The interests of those who are for, or rather those who said side harvesting should be stopped, those who said they should continue harvesting, and the government which has a statutory obligation to ensure all people are protected from exploitation and their natural resources are protected. I will not belabor too much on the processes because now we are at the right place, but I must say the bill in its objective, if you allow me, Honorable Speaker, it seeks to encourage community participation in protection of their resources. That is in line with the doctrine of public participation, and it is the best thing that the executive and the county assembly could have given to the people of Kitui. Secondly, it seeks to facilitate restoration, conservation of our natural resources. And thirdly, amongst others, it is also seeking to generate more revenue to our county government. It is a very good document, and it is in line with other provisions of the Constitution. I also must echo the drafters, the committees that produced it at the Assembly, that read the reports, passed them, because when you look at our Constitution, Article 42, it provides the rights to clean and healthy environment for all citizens. So this bill has come in line with some articles of the Constitution, and more so I must also echo the executive, because Article 69 says the state shall ensure proper utilization, protection of the people from exploitations of their natural resources. So thank you very much, our governor, for taking care of the great people of Kitui. And lastly, Article 70 provides that any person who feels that their rights to clean and healthy environment are threatened, are being violated, may seek redress to court. When you read the whole bill, and this must be heard by the people of Kitui, there are provisions and penalties for people who seek to exploit our natural resources in improper ways and illegal manners. So I can say, starting today when the bill is ascended to, we have now to raise to the occasion, conserve, protect, and restore our natural resources. Let us all stand up to be counted in in restoring, conserving, managing, and protecting our environment. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much, Deputy Speaker, for your kind remarks. Your Excellency, the Governor, and all of us. I'll be extremely brief because today is your day. I had a written speech, but I chose not to read it because I want to compress everything and give you much time to talk to us and talk to the people of Kitui County. Your Excellency, I am a very happy man today because this sand policy and bill, allow me to say in short form, you know the long form is Kitui County River Basins Sand Utilization and Conservation Bill, and there was a policy. This bill, which was submitted to us almost, I think, more than 8 months, because it was submitted in July 2023. Indeed, it has taken a lot of time. It has consumed a lot of our resources. It has drained our energy, politically and also personally. But I think when I look back, everything was worthy. Because when I was reading the final draft of the bill before the House approved it, I saw a very good law which I can only compare to our Constitution of Kenya 2010. This law is very good, and it is good because it was achieved after a collaborative effort between the county executive and the county assembly. We want to thank you, Governor, because when we were making this law, to be very, very honest, there were so many external forces who wanted to influence the assembly in considering the policy and the law. But I want to applaud all the MCAs. They resisted the influence. They resisted all the coercions, intimidations, seductions, everything. They resisted them because they took first the interest of the people of Kitui County. So honorable MCAs, Mungu wabariki sana and keep it up. Governor, I also want to applaud you and to thank you because of this great initiative of the sand policy and the sand bill. The task force which you appointed, led by the chair, Madam Musili, and all of them have seen them, including my very good friend Wanagatiwa, who I've seen seated there, yeah, and Mutueke and all of you. Yeah. This task force, Your Excellency, I came to know more about it when we met in Motomo. And when I was making my remarks then, I said indeed, this was a well-balanced task force. Well-balanced, Your Excellency. Because we have the people who are on the ground, like Mutueke, I know he's always on the ground. Katiwa, I know he's always in Kivou. Those are the people on the ground. We have this gentleman from Tiva, I'm forgetting his name, who had sued the Mudui, yes, who had sued the county government, and I think we have some bills to pay him. Yeah, but he did a good job, Your Excellency. The task force was indeed well balanced. So, Madam Chair, hongera sana for delivering to the county government. It was not just the executive and the assembly, the entire county government. A very comprehensive policy and a very comprehensive bill, because I read the report, which was very big. You know, lawyers are not scared of big documents. So I read the whole of it. And the report was comprehensive. And there is so much into the report, which maybe in future can be incorporated into the policy and into the law as we continue. Because we have to make this law even much better. But Your Excellency, we have to begin from where we are. Let us take it positively how it is for now. Let us do our best to implement this law. There is a difference between passing a very good law and implementing a very good law. So I want to challenge the county executive, led by our able governor, deputy governor, and the Waziri Environment and your colleagues. I want to request you to do your best in ensuring that this law is fully implemented and fully enforced. County Assembly colleagues, please let us take a lead role in ensuring full implementation of this law. Chair Environment and your committee members, your work is not yet over because this law must be fully implemented. Acting, or rather Deputy County Commissioner, Madam Rono, if I got your name correct, thank you very much for committing to support us. Because in the enforcement, we have to seek support from the national government, especially the police. And we believe with your collaboration, we shall be able to fully enforce this law. Chair Board and your colleagues in the board, I'm sure in the process, some enforcement officers may be employed. by the county government do us a good job in ensuring that we get efficient and competent officers to help us enforce this law. Governor, as you appoint the committee members, and especially the chairperson of the committee, because we said that is your role, and we trust you, and we know you shall appoint a competent chair of that committee, and we shall be there as the assembly to support the committee, to support the societies which will be at the site, and everybody will be involved in the full implementation of this very important law. In the task force, Madam Chair, task force, you had recommended 2 months for ensuring that the committee and every other organ is in place, but we thought 2 months is very small. And when we were consulting, we said we make it 6 months. I believe in those 6 months, Your Excellency the Governor, 6 months is enough time. We can make sure that every organ is in place so that we fully implement this law. So Governor, kwa ufupi, siniongea Kikamba, ningoenda kukuya Governor witu, ithita assembly, tuenotani muthanyono omunzi, pethi tevena kao mwingi, mbunge no yubuwa, tokoneka taithi, tusia mwiya ono usobwe. Lakini ando maitu ma Kitui, ningoenda kumuya, ithita mbunge ya Kitui, ile nitongo etie, weva ando tunasia kusobia kwa mwiya ono. Tunaenda kwa sevinda, tuikalenzi, tusobie mwiya omusio. Na Governor witu nake atongwetie timu yake executive. Meti kila na tuikalenzi oingi, na tuanenania, na tuakwata mwiya ula tukuona ni waile kwa oyu, kuvukuma maundu ma kithangathi na kwatia utabi wa kithangathi. Mwiya ono wa kithangathi ndo ukunikila utaba kwekuoka, no ukunikila kusobea mazingira maitu. Na kiyo kiabata piu, ithi tukwenda kithangathi kitakwa, lakini kitakwa kwanza ila sia ile uweze kwethia mazingira maitu masobewa, uweze kwethia kula ground katika site siana situ nisi akwata wea. Na itu ise mwiya ono andu maitu ntu mukulia uweze kwethia ni mwaoni. Thank you, Your Excellency. I think point is me abat kalenge kwa kazi yoka. Thank you. Nyini ngukuli ando maitu ma Kitui mwiya uno twasobia na ula tukuli Governor witu ndatamba ko sign tukita ko mukulia ito ukuli Governor witu ito muthaitha ato mukulia na ine zino kwetekela ukuli witu uweze kwethia niweke ya kitole mwiya osu na yake kitole mwiya osu andu maitu ma Kitui nitu mukulia muninge mwiya osu ndaya ikwithia mwaninge mwiya osu ndaya mukona usio wa uo nitwendie tuweka public participation na tuwesa mawoni mandu monze ma Kitui ithia kwa bahati mubuku woni waku nduneithia katika mwiya ndukazie kana twenoza mawoni maenenzi andu ma Kitui ni mengi nithi tunakunikila ula woni ukwithia ne woni musio kwa andu monze ma Kitui. So mbaitu andu maitu ma Kitui tumukulia weze kwithia ni mwatutethe ta serikali mwiya osu wa kithangathi tuwatie undu kwa ile na Governor tunakitu mukulia weze kwithia maofisa monze alama kuusika na utabi wa kithangathi ni matethecia kukwata kwoko mwiya osu nzama ya kithangathi inathukumegwa musio ni tukwani mubema kwa wezo wenyu musio MCA maitu ngwenda kwa andu ma Kitui anjo wetu kani tani the MCA maitu andu ma Kitui masakuye ma MCA masio pio 2022 na inezi MCA maitu mwathukuma andu ameru neza andu ma Kitui ni moyo muno ono wathia maninge ngewazi ani moyo ata ni tawa nenda kumweka andu ma Kitui ni moyo muno mazizi ya uthukuma muno Governor mwene bano anasyokie nundu wa uthuku mwake na ngavana timu nena ngizi athini nalangi mamukuna makwaze ho tumukwateze simoni tumuonanga indi anasyokie nundu wa uthuku mwake. So ma MCA maitu tafadhali ikwitha ninye mutongo iwenyu ningumukulia tuthukumei 2027 wea waku ukakutetea tupunguze inge wa mbingi kunena kwingi na tukuongela kuuthukuma nondu mheshimiwa nganga weta naweza kuongea na sisi. Asanteni.
Excellency the Governor, Honorable Speaker, the County Ministers present, members of the County Assembly, the Acting County Secretary, the Deputy County Secretary, Chief Officers, Advisors, the Chair of the County Service Board, together with the entire board present, members of the task force, members of the clergy, and members of the Fourth Estate, and all invited guests. Good morning. Mwasio, today marks a milestone for Kitui County. Remember, There have been attempts before to regulate the sand harvesting in Kitui County, but it has not been backed by any legal framework. And today, in collaboration with the County Assembly of Kitui, the executive, our governor, His Excellency Dr. Julius Malombe, is ascending to the bill so that we can regulate sand harvesting. Our governor, as I've said before, was re-elected by the great people of Kitui on a transformative and reclamation agenda so that he can reclaim the glory of our great county of Kitui. During the National Tree Planting Day at Bitini, Your Excellency had sent me to represent you when Dr. Alfred Mutua, the CS for Tourism, Heritage was around, and in which you had also promised to look at gazettement of the hills and the water towers in Kitui County. This combined together with this bill on the sand utilization and the protection of our river basins is going to go a long way in ensuring that our entire ecosystem is well protected. Your Excellency, you're also on record as the pioneer governor of Kitui, having started the sand dams in Kitui County, and I think on annual basis, we are doing around 120 sand dams, combined with other water harvesting mechanisms. And all these are going a long way in protecting our environment and recharging the water tables. So with time, Kitui is going to be fully, when these sand dams are fully matured, we are going to have a lot of streams with a lot of water. Our forests are going to be protected. And I call upon our Ministry of Environment and also Natural Energy, Ministry of Energy, Environment, Climate Change, Forestry, Natural and Mineral Resources, to carry the measures which are put in place of replacing our forest cover. And as I finish my remarks so that we can allow Governor to assent to the bill, I wish to call upon the County Assembly and the County Executive for that harmonious working relationship so that we can deliver services to the people of Kitui. Remember, by the end of the day, what will count is what you have done for your people. And it's going to be, you're going to be judged by what you have done. And I wish to call upon our people to linde chemichemi zetu. Let's plant more trees, let's protect our environment. And with those few remarks, it's now my honor and pleasure to welcome His Excellency, the Governor, Dr. Julius Makau Malombe, to assent to the bill. Karibu, Governor. Let's stand up. Makofi kwa Governor.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. We may be seated. Utatupatia huo mziki polepole DJ tunapoendelea kujipanga. Our county solicitor will be
There's a problem with the gender. And we have one, the Vice Chairperson, Kasioka. Please just join them for that photo. Dia kuhakikisha kwamba tumetunza mito yetu na vile vile changarawe sasa itachotwa kufuata sheria na vile ambavyo inafaa. Thank you. I'll request the rest of us to be seated. The protocol team tafadhali tuondoe meza and we get the podium so that His Excellency the Governor can give his remarks or rather his speech. Kwa hivyo tafadhali tusaidiane kwa haraka. We get the podium here and also the microphone. Asante. Tupigie governor wetu makofi. Heshima sasa tunaweza keti tunapomkaribisha His Excellency the Governor to continue. Mara ya mwisho tafadhali tumuongezee makofi. Asanti sana.
His Excellency the Deputy Governor, Honorable Speaker, County Assembly of Kitui, Honorable members of the County Assembly, the representative of the County Commissioner, County Executive Committee members, chief officers, county advisors, national and county government officials present, representatives of development partners present, the clergy, distinguished guests, members of the Fourth Estate, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Mtaniruhusu kwanza nisome hotuba ambayo imeandikwa kwa Kiingereza kwa sababu kawaida ninatakikana nifanye hivyo. And then I'll make a few remarks as I conclude in Kikamba, so that our people also can appreciate what we are doing today, although those who spoke before me, they have done that. And I start reading the English version of my speech. In recognition of this momentous moment, allow me to start with a quote from Nelson Mandela, the first black democratically elected president of South Africa. And I quote, "It is in your hands to create a better world for all who live in it." End of quote. This act, because since I have assented to the bill, it was a bill, but immediately after I put my signature on it, the Constitution of Kenya 2010 specifies it becomes an act of parliament. So ukisikia nikisema act is the act of parliament which we have just signed. So this act is a reflection of your individual and collective efforts to restore the integrity of our river basins in order to utilize the resources God has bequeathed to us to create wealth and employment to improve the livelihoods of our people. In this regard, I'm pleased to be with you here today for us to witness the culmination of a journey we started in May last year when I constituted and gazetted the Sand Utilization Task Force. The outcome of that process is the Kitui County River Basin Sand Utilization and Conservation Act 2023, 2023 because it was sent to the County Assembly in 2023, which I, as the Governor, Kitui County, are just assented into law. The legislation is a product of efforts by my government to address the wanton destruction of our river basins and the surrounding environment due to unregulated sand harvesting. Owing to the proximity of the county to big cities, urban centers, mushrooming settlements, the high quality of the county sand, and good road network connectivity, Kitui County has in the recent past experienced an ever-increasing demand for naturally occurring sand. The end result of the unregulated activities is that the county has witnessed receding water tables, drying up of most rivers, unstable river banks, unchecked floods leading to destruction of property, farmlands, crops, and in some cases loss of human life, and a myriad of breakdowns on societal norms. Some of the most affected rivers are Kivu River, Tiva River, Zeu, Mutendea, Mitasiano, Tiang, Gutani, Enziu, Mwania, and the list keeps on growing. Article 42 of the Constitution of Kenya 2010 states that every person has a right to a clean and healthy environment, which includes the right to have the environment protected for the benefit of present and future generations through legislative and other measures, particularly those contemplated in Article 69, and to have obligations relating to the environment fulfilled under Article 70. The assent of this bill into an act of our county assembly today is largely in fulfillment of the constitutional requirements, including our individual and collective contribution and roles. Ladies and gentlemen, natural resources are inherited natural capital of our society. In principle, they are to be used in a sustainable manner for the present and future generation. In other words, they are to be used sustainably. Unfortunately, where natural resources have been exploited or utilized haphazardly without any relevant legislative framework, the end result has been resource-based conflicts, environmental destruction, inequality in benefit sharing, socioeconomic disruptions, and poverty, just to name a few. In order to address the sand menace, because it reached that level to be referred to as a menace, the government of Kenya introduced various legislation to manage sand harvesting activities. For instance, the Environmental Management and Coordination Act 1999, Environmental Impact Assessment and Audit Regulations of 2003, and the National Sand Harvesting Guidelines of 2007 were developed to oversee the sector and ensure sustainable sand harvesting practices. The county government of Kitui, through Gazette Notice number 936 of January 2018, issued a ban on transportation and sale of sand outside the geographical boundaries of the county. Ladies and gentlemen, despite the ban by the county government, sand harvesting activities have continued unabated, basically because the county lacked a county-specific legislation and regulatory framework on sand utilization. In addition, the national sand utilization legislations are fragmented, outdated, and not aligned to the Constitution of Kenya 2010. as I read them, the MCA 1, 1999, the Regulation 2003, the National Sand Harvesting Guidelines 2007, and the Constitution was enacted later in 2010. In addition, the National Sand Utilization legislations are fragmented, outdated, and not aligned to the Constitution of Kenya 2010. This situation made it difficult to enforce such laws and the sand ban. Ladies and gentlemen, recalling my commitments to the county residents in my election manifesto, which we refer to as the Kitui Promise, to uphold environmental protection and conservation, cognizant of the negative impacts of unregulated and sand harvesting and the lack of a county-specific legislation on sand utilization, I appointed and gazetted through Gazette number 5845 of 5th May 2023, the Kitui County Sand Harvesting and Management Task Force 2023, to prepare a report on the sand value chain, as well as a draft policy and bill. The task force was commissioned on 11th May 2023, and it completed its task on 30th June 2023. The task force did a commendable job on the preparation of the report, the draft policy, and the draft bill. These included, among other tasks, detailed public participation and consultation in all the 8 sub-counties, that is the constituencies. The report and draft policy and bill were submitted to my office in a record time of 59 days. Allow me at this juncture to express my appreciation to the task force under the able stewardship of the chairperson, Mrs. Esther Musili. Mpigieni makofi. Pursuant to the Constitution of Kenya 2010, as envisaged in Article 42, which is under the Bill of Rights, Article 69 on resource utilization and equity, which is under the chapter on land, and Article 185 on legislative authority of county assemblies, sections 1, 2, and 4A, and the powers of the county government under the 4th schedule. A county assembly may receive and approve plans and policies for the management and the exploitation of the county's resources. So this act was done in line with the provisions of both the Constitution and the law. It is in this spirit that after the Kitui River Basin Sand Utilization and Conservation Policy and Bill 2023 were approved by the County Executive Committee, they were submitted to the County Assembly of Kitui for consideration and enactment. Ladies and gentlemen, the journey to the realization of this remarkable milestone has been a long one, with the close consultation and discussion between the 2 arms of our county government. Towards this end, allow me to most sincerely thank the Speaker of the County Assembly of Kitui, Honorable Kevin Kinengo Katisia. Mpigieni makofi. And the County Assembly's Committee on Environment, Energy and Minerals, Minerals Investment Development, chaired by Honorable Daniel Kimanzi Mwange, Mubigieni makofi pia, and the County Assembly Select Committee on Delegated County Legislation, Honorable Cornelius Mudhami Keteme, Mubigieni makofi pia, as well as all the members of those particular committees and the county assembly as a whole. My appreciation goes to the honorable members of the county assembly for the long hours they put in discussing the draft and the trust you have on the bill as attested by the unanimous passing and the enacting of the bill in the assembly. There wasn't any recorded dissension or anybody saying no. Ladies and gentlemen, there have been fears that the act will ban sand harvesting and utilization, but that is not the case. Let me assure you that the people who have been in the sand business, all they need is to reorient and align their business to the new law. The Act 6, and that is very important, but I'll talk about it when I'm giving my cucumber remarks. We are not banning. This law does not ban sand harvesting. What it is doing is regulating, bringing order into that sector and ensure as sand is being harvested, is harvested in a manner which does not destroy our rivers and our environment. The Act, the new Act, seeks to promote environmental conservation and protection for the present and future generations, to promote equity and inclusivity in accrued benefit sharing, to inculcate the culture of decision-making by the local communities, to introduce sand harvesting monitoring and capacity building, and development of other river basins activities like sand value addition, small irrigation systems, dry time fodder production, water conservation, socio-cultural practices, and preservation of traditional knowledge and norms. Ladies and gentlemen, as I conclude, again allow me to quote the wise words of one of Kenya's famous environmentalists and Nobel laureate winner, Professor Wangari Maathai. And I quote, "You cannot protect the environment unless you empower people, you inform them, and you help them understand that these resources are their own, that they must protect them." To realize the aspiration of this legislation, my government has planned and devised a number of strategies. This will entail community sensitization. That's where we'll start in order to give meaning to what Wangari Maathai stated, the late Wangari Maathai stated. So we'll start with sensitization of the community of this policy and this legislation. Then it will be followed by selection of 3 ward representatives from each river basin to establish, and the river basins are in that map there. Actually, when I was sitting there, I was saying this map is very far because some people may not see it. If you want to know where the river basins are, and I can see they are not in my speech, but I'll talk about them when I'm giving my cucumber remarks, in order to give meaning to what we are supposed to do. When we talk of inclusivity, in each river basin, kutoka pale inaanza mpaka pale inaishia, we will select 3 ward representatives from each of the ward where that basin is located, and the basins are there. And this will be done initially to establish an interim basin caretaker committee, which will then facilitate the formation of 5 river-based cooperatives, one in each river basin, because the basins are 5, and then the cooperatives will facilitate the establishment of site-based groups, and the county sand utilization and conservation committee will be constituted by the county executive. Already, my government has put in place a working committee to assess the required level of enforcement team and its logistics. When the task force presented the first draft to me and my team, one of the areas which we requested must be strengthened is that of enforcement. The reason why the ban and even other legislation don't work because the enforcement mechanism and framework is not properly grounded in law and also in practice. So my government has put in place a working committee to assess the required level of enforcement, teams, and its logistics. Work on the establishment of a county court, and the construction has already started, just opposite the current High Court. You see some work which is going on there, that is a county court, which you will see county-related cases handled without delay, as is at an advanced stage, that the county court is at an advanced stage in terms of construction. And in the next, I think by the end of this month, because today we are 1st March, it will be handed over, hopefully. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to quote the words as I conclude now, the words of Dr. Walter Lil Philo, a professor of climate change, management and environment, who in his report on the unsustainable use of sand said, and I quote, "A legal framework to regulate sand mining activities requires cooperation amongst all sectors and stakeholders involved. An appropriate regulation, monitoring and enforcement, and efficient control systems. We are all stakeholders and I welcome you so that we can work together in this challenge with courage and confidence." And as I quoted the gentleman I've just quoted, Dr. Walter Lil Philo, a professor of climate change, management and environment, it reminds me, and it should remind you as well, that the 6th session of the United Nations Environment Assembly has been taking place in our country, Kenya, at Gigiri, and in fact is ending today. His Excellency the President was there to open it, and very robust discussions have been going on there. And it emphasizes, amongst other things, taking care of rivers, sand, and the environment generally, because climate change is real. Even the temperatures now are fairly abnormal. They are abnormally high. That is the end of my written text. But before I conclude kabisa, nitasema machache kwa Kikamba nikichanganya na Kiswahili. And when we are speaking the way I'm speaking now, we are not only speaking to the people who are seated here, we also make sure we reorient our remarks to reach and to connect with our people who may be watching or who may be listening, or who will watch or who will listen later what has been said. and maitu ma Kitui umuthi twina ceremony ya kwikia palanene kia sai nyenta gavana wa Kitui hundu katiba keombenda neke mwia una pitukithiswe ni county assembly yitu ya Kitui mwia wa kusisia undu utabi wa kithangathi utonya kwikika mbusi situ sisubiwa na mazingara maitu na mawithi ululoko maitu maisubika utabi wa kithangathi withite ukikika kwanzia ila ikae kwa yende o inekawa ko tukethiwa mbusi sititwe mangalata neti mangalata mabia katika riverbeds na ukisa kwithia wathi kutaba kiwu walia ivia kana yi maanisha winze kithima kiliku muno wibikia water table valai na ndu maitu ila na manza kula nye na ila waheshimiwa MCAs ma manza kula ni tukulilie mwitu ya ikai undu utabi wa kithangathi withie wiku kwa undu kwikwa maloli mao miongo ilinana na angi manene maili kambusini na maili kasaingi utuku ando makomete na imwana siithiku sinewe tuvesa tunini silingi yana imwe na ingi ichukiti yaku na kithangathi kiithi mwatwiye ikaiundu kicheke kwikika na kwika undu usu ya maanisha twikulie ni chao tutonya kwika atwekala nje twasisya bani yanenganitwe 2018 na wesa kwithia iuthukuma nundu ti enforceable yani ndo ambako tumia bani isu kwe kuhakikisha ya kwamba kithangathi kina atabwa na asuma na atabao ndo mana atabao kana alama atabao na tona nusio twithiwe na mwia witu wa Kitui uvitukithitwe ni county assembly. County assembly ni nenge jukumu ya uvitukithia mea ondu national assembly ila yiku ya ilovi kula MPs sienda kana senate kula sema senata maenda ni nenge jukumu ni katiba mokumu monze manenga nawe ni katiba National Assembly ni nenge na Senate mokumu makwika sindu fulani ni katiba kaitu Constitution of Kenya 2010 kalato apetukithisie mwaka wa 2010 na County Assembly ni nenge mokumu makupetukithia mea na mapetukithia mea isu ni alete kutumika katika county isu bunge ya county isu ya apetukithia kumwe ao nuna apetukithisye ni county assembly yitu na nenda kwasia nina muvea nundu umwea waumanie na kuu ngaliko executive ilanye mwene nungamie na ambie na usovya task force team ya andu na makunikila noni ene matonya kututeresya saingi twatosovya komiti kana task force ive andu masi ya mundu ti musomu muno ti kisomo kikwendekana yukumanya kithangathi kitavona ikisomo kila kikwendekana wijao wita kunengane mawoni nundu twithia atumalikanĩtie ala mesi environment yundu yilie na maundu mailite kwikwa na ala angi matonya kwandika kisungu kiseyo na tukikiona maloya kuzindi wise kwithia toka to drafting the law ni matonya kutani ideas isiandu maitu wise kwithia nisiatwika mwia na netura task force ila no lot le tongo estwe ni Mrs. Esther Musili na ni na kulia bumbe na ningu kulia ingi kwa kuni task force isu mbi tafadhali nimekie kila twa matongo etie kweke indi ndana dhikwa task force yakani siogio wakwa executive ilo kona wea mutethie nesa ona ni task force ona ni committee pe andu mambie kuikala nzima draft sindu sita wa terms of reference na mundu lo draft it terms of reference utesi he to z yekindu do draft good terms of reference ko minister wa environment mena timwila ya kuma ministries ya environment na ila ya inje ajua minerals na natural resources na andrangi mofisa angi nitweka lenzi twasovya task force na nyeni thukumata ofisae ibinda ingi ne kalanzi twasovya biaziane ngavana sovya imwezo mbete ndo ya view maundu makathuka nyena cia maundu monze ala mathuka ninyangula jua ninyandu manyuvie kundi kala kitako netelete maundu masovwe meze kukame mathiwekanu kukindu chambe cha kusovya terms of reference wasisya terms of reference isu ona articles ya constitution ila na kotiva na research ila yekiwe ya extensive, very extensive ni timu ya executive ya sovya terms of reference then na pointina na gazeti task force na task force ina sovya ilaita draft bill na vau katikati ni yaeta wetu ikunekela machete reporti tuikunekela na tuchasya vuva ilienesa vasovyo so there was a lot of work even as a task force was doing its work but kindu kimwene ndiye task force isu ni andu mane yumetie nikana meke kindu kiseo cha utethi andu maitu makitui na edheani ideas twa nengane na mona itaile ni mana tuya ki ni mona isi beko lakini twa kikunekela kina kikaumilia maundwa mate maseo na kana mataile tena itu tukithukisya nundu nombaka tuithukisye na twa mina draft policy na twa mamina that is a task force yoka kwa cabinet hithi ya wa governor, deputy governor na ministers na saa ingi no tuita chief officers na advisors kuma invite lakini alama betu kithasya sindun ni cabinet kana county executive committee team na waya kunikila na ya rekebisha maundu ya betu kithio kila task force yaete ni mutabiuni kana mmanye babe wiona alikilie itanathi kwa assembly na yu ya umavu ya vika kiwango tuonie yune alete kuthi tuasia irifainewe itheswe kwa ananisano mawoni ma cabinet na niwo twatwaiye kwa county assembly na county assembly mosele labu speaker committee kana nengane draft policy na draft bill ila ya umie kwa executive kula kwe kamati sia mbunge kamati ila ya environment na ila ya delegated na mambo ya kuthukuma yimwe na meta ona minister witu na maofisa katika mikutano maina webe binda mamini wiki umwe kuya mwingi maisisia sindu isu minister haikulia kungavana ndeta wa kuyenda au kuweta ministers yu maazizia kila kindu na kungi executive yona kwilia yengu ni azimu yengu lia gavana babe waziata kana wonata gimanenge maoni makwa isu niyo yitoa consultation na uwathela kamati yaende ya kukunikila ni iwo kitumi mukona panathe lo evinda ni consultation isu nundu mwea uno ni mwea wa maana sana ethiabe kindu ithi ala tunasa kuiwoyu na ala twolotetwe tukaandikwa tukeka kwa ibinda yitu twikivilani sindu ila tukwika nisi twikite sindu mingi tukaka ICD classes tukaka markets tukaka polytechnics twanenga ne bursary tukaka siao sindu isi sionze ni mbike lakini kila kinene piu kila kinene che kwa kwandu maitu na chatekelezwa nesa ni kuvitukithia mwia uno na policy ino kwa kuna ingi nundu oundu chairman wa environment Honorable Mwange Wasia ngile kasa yitu na kukwata leu kwitu kula kwa kizungu tuikita food security kukase obanga nundu wa kwithia mwia uno uvitukithiswe mwikasie nuvo wa kithanga thiwoka kibwo ukesa kwithia yur ki tuyoge kwata kiko yake liku kithima kike liku muno ila chitawa samples twasovye ila sample na nitu nazo bizimwe kuma mwita ziano yanengane kibwo kwa andu gilie 12 galiko ya kwa kiloi matulani that area ni naendie ku yu sambo staizi ukeza kwithia nitonya kunengane kibu raisi indo situ sikase obiwa mazingara maitu makasoba nundu kona miti nzeo nundu kithanga kina atapwa na elaita wa water table yeyulu kina atapwa nai twikwaja kithanga thikitabawa kikatabawa lakini kina atapwa nayo ndo kina atabawa na wathi kula kithanga thikyatabiwe nai no wiye nundu vandu vai kithanga thiwona mavia katika ilaita wa riverbed paunsi ni mavia na vai kithanga thi lakini kyatabwa nai na ya thiku ya county assembly na mana kuna ya museyo na tunoka twathi retreat twaendie retreat Mombasa no twaminene kwa andu mazi atu igu twende kuveta beza cia andu ma Kitui lakini twaiwiani vai muthenya wa mana matuko ala twaiguo twinene asindu ingi mbingi muno kicha kithanga thi kiovo na mwishowe tunesa kuimutomo sindu sinenda kulungaliwa twasia tulungalie na twewa na timetable ya undu kila kitiele kutwa wako ya assembly na kuvitu kithwa kwivo kwigua matuko meanata na ningwenda tungia mheshimiwa speaker wa county assembly ya Kitui na members ma county assembly ya Kitui nundu kiutwa kwatia ni twi mutomo ni menea ni issue kwa kuma kuna ngimbi na ningu siokela katika asiendu ila twikite ila tuisa kwika ala tunasa kuiwe ibindane kine kyo kinene piu nundu kuya wa suvia mazingara suvia mawithi ululuko nikano suvike mwia u tafadhali ti mwia wao tabakithangathi tunaye tuikulania kwa kuvi tukawita hata nundu mwasa nundu witwa Kitui County River Basin Sand Utilization and Conservation Act nundu UNI Act lakini tunaisi oketa wa the Kitui County Sand Utilization and Environment Conservation ogwiwa na twasia twikie mukazo munango teka utabi wa kithangathi ta kusuvia mazingara ila yitawa kwa kisungu the conservation element na waosomo mwia ona nikwitikila na speaker mwia uno na osomie woka ila ona itiwa kwa ofisini ina osomie yingi mara ya kanu nundu na ikalangi usoma wisobwa ni mwiao museo ona wakombea na miao lengi nundu no nausikie kusobya miao katika national government ino ya devolution imwezi naibu katika ti ona ti kote ni mwiao museo muno kwe kunangi mbi andu ma Kitui na mwe kunangia members ma county assembly na ma executive na twaisye no mpaka twithwe na high standards twibundisye kuika kindu of high standard kitonya kutethia ithi ala twivoyu na kitethia ala ziawa sikoka twendete nambe kou umuthi yi sherehe na niwo kitumitukie ba nundu ni mwe no mwikulie momukie twana uniki imwewa nacia katika sindu cio nzila twika kini kyo kinene pyu ona kukwita wakanguka ukaumia kivuva ethea uusibala ugumia kivu tivoki ona bohos recharge yasio ikethea ina thina ona mbusi isito cia kati cia tabokithanga thinai na niguo kitumi twaicie tumbane tushuhudie kwikiwa sahihi kwa mwia uno mwia waseubwa no mpaka mikakati ya kuutekeleza iseubwe kindu cha mbee ila ngusoma hotuba yakwa kizungu nasya kindu cha mbee kupitia ministry ila ikuusika ya environment na natural na mineral resources director ila in charge ya natural na mineral resources ikasobya mupango wa kusensitize na members ma county assembly twenda also meusika nundu imasa kuiwe nimo maakilisia andu methiwe mevo lakini ila tuina public participation otuma kulasya mose ila tumikata a back seat undu be undu manena andu maakilia katika public participation lakini meona right ya kuparticipate kwa utu kenda wise kwithia sensitization katika kila river basin na ni inasya ninguita mukanisio siva tuina river basins itano na tunosie mutuo wa undu kuika wa kula mazingara ma sobiswe kuya US ve use wita wa Tennessee no kwithia alama asomia geography mwe wie masovetie authority to the Tennessee River Authority, River Basin Authority. Muguwa Tennessee River ni usi wina tributaries lakini Basin Authority. Masovia authority ya kusisia undu usiusu walete kusuvika na mazingara mawe kuma kula wambie mpaka kula uthelela. Na usi uweta wana usi ula munene bo bonge ingi sietete kana sieta ekibu katika usi munene isusi uweta ndukaje pe usi utana aweta wewe aweta i river basins tutumite ula usi ula munene katika eri Yesu basin yambe ila yengalikwe ya Mwingi North, particularly the eastern side of Mwingi North and mumione ovaya undu yilie yetwa Kase Nzitu River Basin. Yeah? Nzitu ni munazenzi twe mutomoi na ati andu ame mazia kazeni yowa kana nimunedikile ondu twai pronunciation Nzitu okay nizi nimunazenzi kuni Kase Nzitu River Basin na hii mbusi mbingi kati ila siendabu lakini isuti ngwete Nzitu actually ni vasi crew mkwiwa Lugaje uziwaji guru wa munene ona wakaje munene muno ko tunatuiye tuwetu izune number 1 toka ulonge twawita Enziu River Basin nimwisi usiwa Enziu ni munene muno na beo o ila tusita tributary kana tulusi tungi tono esia kibuku kwa uwa na ulonge twasia tia River Basin wa katatu na wa kana tuwita Dhua River Basin lukasia moyete tekibudhua na wa dhina Dhua wivika kukalamba ni kwa mheshimiwa wa Mudha withi ya usi mwamu muno mwamu sana wina kithanga thikingi na mauma cia kibubu mengithia maboka mengi muno nundu ku kithanga thi kitaba opyo mena bikagu lakini meza kubikabu teka tubithukisho na basin ile ngiyita wa Tiba River Basin ndukakulia mwitaziano iva mwitaziano itwa kibubu na ndukakulia nzeo iva itwa kibubu Tiba mwewa ku River Basin isu ngisiokela Kase zitu River Basin Enziu River Basin Tia River Basin Dhua River Basin na Tiva River Basin na tuina mapu ikona niya i River Basin isu siliata wodi ila sieba undi siliata netheani wodi ukeza kwithia ngalikwe mweyo ni likite katika basin na ni ulikite iengi makati participate ya kwanze twakwatiania andu mapu nundu ambao mea enda ingali makati participate ya lakini mapu ndu yilie ti kwingi kwilika muthembani usu na mwiya wa betu kwithiwane wi implement wa speaker ni wa wetanesa nika na wiki ila siita wa structures sia ku-implement tamwe wa committee ya ku-implement nipo so interim team ya kila basin nika na yisa kusolve cooperative ila yithia iki-operate maundum alama konetie kusubia usiu pamwe na kusisia utabi wa kithangathi ukethea wawili hata pe interim nundu nombaka wambie na interim isu yi thukumani kana pasobwe cooperative ya basin isu nayo mindo ati cooperative isu naoneyo ioka medho kuma pamwe committee na directorate na minister wasiswe niku kwalete kwithiwa na masiuko mautabi ya kithangathi na kwisobwa ila sitawa sand based groups andu ala metawa kithangathi yutwende na mbetu itikilia maloli ma 24 ma miongole na inya mathi mbusini nundu azumeta akwananga na makiva tuvesa tunini andu maitu kubusini kukaenda ongali ila sietekeletwe ni basin na ni committee na ni directorate ichoza kithangathi isu na kitabiwa ni ciana citu sikibwanesa na yebia yo kiza kwithia ni acicu ati ila ovyo ya kumatia meona ngua ndembukangu utamba kuthoa nundu ukwibwa nesa kabisa na mekiangali nisu sitwawa bandu pala cooperative ithia yaitie baketa wa kithangathi twiveta sand aggregation site yard aggregation ni bandu bautungi wa sindu ko kithangathi juke katungi wa bandu kikumbwa kituta ila mona vaya beta wana nazi utanavikathika wauma makongeni itu nene cia Asante na yu alame kwenda kithangathi makoka kuwabu ala na kemaitu alame bau na mometa via katika kithangathi katika ngalila sioka kuthoa ethe andu methoa cha kusovya sindu kuma nza wa Kitui kana zini wa Kitui makosabu na yo county government ukiza kwithia neosa ushuru kwanzia mbesa itekwa muvango obutsobetwe neza wize kwithia kila kindu ichalika neza, lakini muvango nosobwe neza, lakini atekelezaji metwika ni andu matemasio. Kuba utwithia twikunikila muno tuona mundu waete tabia itekwelea ucu tukaumacia mituki biu imwewa kumia mituki na aumwa ndukauke ukiyo jaja mwana witu ni umiswe ethia ni waete tabia njugu imwe atu kalebua anange wanainji sindu Puthugu nata kwetekelia maloli mathi kuya katika usini na oti metekelia kana kuka andu imoza kithanga thi na mayune we receipt na ni maiva ucu no kuthukumaneza andu mamuthemba ucu twimetekela kuunenda mutavia andu maitu twamina operationalize mwia uno in 6 months maximum tukambia kuthukuma na ni jukumu yakwa ta gavana kusisia wiseithia uni weke ka minister ebo, chief officer ebo na county executive committee ebo na yo county assembly ikethia ike oversight inundu we omwe wa county assembly ni oversight ni kumaanishia wia utethetwe ata na meta minister na maofisa maelesie muvikite ba mwikangite ata na momesisia kiumo kwika niki kuambatana na mwiyao makikio nesa na tweko ithionze tukaendea nesa kou academy ni lebu andu maitu kila mwatu kulie twike undu nikana kithanga thikie ke kutabwa ovyo mbusi situ ikianange kana mazingara maitu nitweka ila yetawa phase 1 kusobya mweyao na policy yona nasia undu kwika mount guide to action tukitumia kisungu kana kindu kilake kuonasia sindu ilo kwika undu waileto sika ukaima kusobya kindu ja mthembosu wambia kutolonga ukika ki ibinda ila kitailete kwa wibika baya ukithia na ilete kwika kingi mbe wachu kube policy yonaniti exactly how things will be done na niyo tukwasia ye atiwe na kwa isu nini kana mbingi betekelie inonga milebu na ngia onze alamo kie ni muvea ngia onze alama tuedukishie ni muvea ende ina utukwata kwoko ni kana tumuthukume na anduma kanisa tuboye ithuonze ma county government ni county assembly na county executive tuboye ni kana kula kute na kindu kitwa kutokweleanwa kwise kwithia nitwaeleanwa na nitwakwatiania ni kana tuthukume wiola mwatu nengie na asanda na Ngai na mwikenesa.
Asanti, tumuongezee makofi His Excellency the Governor. Asanti, tukuwe tumesimama, tutamwalika Askofu Ezekiel Mwendo atupe baraka, and thereafter we have the national anthem.
Ni naomba tuombe. Everlasting Father, Creator of heaven and earth, we thank you this afternoon. Thank you for the wisdom that you've given our Governor, His Excellency, Dr. Julius. And we want to thank you because of this act of the County Assembly that has been enabled today and ascended today from a bill to an act. You said you call heaven and earth to be on record and to be a witness. You spoke to the earth that when the inhabitants shall be in agreement to use it well, it shall bring a blessing to them. Let this be an heritage and also an inheritance as a capital in our generation. We thank you because this act will be an example and will be a model not only in Kitui County but also in the southeastern lower region that will be used in every other place as an act, it will be a referral point. We thank you. We bless the executive, we bless the county assembly, and also I pray that the members of parliament, the Senate, and every arm of the government will be in agreement with this act, and there will be harmony and peace whatsoever. I pray there will be no conflict, and in any way, God will enable us spiritually and in wisdom that we advise and bring peace in our land. We thank you because it will bring a source of revenue in our time. Tunakushukuru Mungu kwa hekima ambayo umepatia governor wetu, ya kwamba ameleta kila mmoja on board, inclusivity. Tunakushukuru na tunabariki jina lako. Tunaomba Mungu sio hii bill peke yake, lakini pia county assembly kupitia kwa executive ama kwa njia yoyote kutengenezwe acts ambazo zitasaidia nchi yetu na county yetu. Ni kweli kabisa hakuna county nyingine yenye rasilimali kama county ya Kitui, minerals, resources that are in this county. We pray also that you give them wisdom to have a bill that will be an example on how to utilize resources in our nation even for sustainable development. Tunakushukuru katika yote, asanti kwa hekima. Tupe amani, tupe uwiano tunapokaa pamoja, na bariki kila mmoja wetu na nanena amani kwa jina la Yesu aliye hai, kwa jina la Baba, la Mwana na Roho Mtakatifu tunaomba.
Asante. Nafasi hii ni ya mgeni wetu mheshimiwa sasa kuweza kuondoka. Tunapowashukuru wote kwa kuja na wote kwa kuwa nasi. So your excellency, it is your time now to depart together with the honorable speaker and all the guests that we had invited. Wakati nitaomba tu niendelee kupewa huo wimbo wa mazingira na indimba itu Kitui edwani tuwaboie gatu ya nengwe kindu kingi itwa nengwe gavana Musio. Asante sana kwa mtazamo wako na